Hey, this is Professor Perez from Saddleback College again. Welcome to part 2 of our video series on adding and subtracting numbers with different bases. In this video, we're going to do addition with lots of carryover. And of course, before we get started, we got to get out our student of the semester, and that's Charlie. He better be ready to go. Hey, Charlie, you ready to go? Yeah, you better be. Here we go, right there. Now notice, Charlie, we only have 8 digits because we're going to be dealing with numbers in base 8. All right, so let's list our place values with base 8s. There we go. Let's put the numbers. Very nice there. Now let's enter our base 8 number. We'll put a 4 in our 8 to the 0 power place value, a 5 in our 8 to the first power place value, a 5 in our 8 to the second power place value, another 5 in our 8 to the third power place value, and we'll bring it home with a 4 in our 8 to the fourth power place value. All right, Charlie. Now, to this number, we're going to add 12433 base 8. Now, don't get scared. All right, Charlie, here we go. We start off easy. We are in our 8 to the 0 power place value, our 1's place value, right? We have 4, and we have to add how many more? 3 more. That's right, so that gives us 7. We'll go ahead and record that. Now, we're in our 8 to the first power place value, right? These are 8s. We were given 5 of them, and we have to add how many more? 3 more. That's right. Okay. So if we add 2 more 8s, that gives us 7 8s, right? Now, what's 7 times 8, Charlie? 56. That's right. Now, we still have to add 1 more 8. And what's 56 plus 1 more 8? 64. That's right. So the 64 has to be placed in its corresponding place value, right? Which is the 8 squared place value. And so obviously when we add this 1 more 8, we got to carry it over to the 64 place value. So here we go. There it is. Okay, so we're done with our 8's place value. We'll record a 0. And notice in our 8 squared place value, we had 5 of them, but we carried 1 over. That's why we have 6. All right, now how many more do we have to add? 4 more. That's right. So we'll add 1. That takes us to that 7. We'll add another 1, which causes the carryover. And we still have to add how many more, Charlie? 2 more. That's right. So we'll go ahead and record that. A 2. All right. Now, we're in our 8 to the third power place value, right? We were given 5. We carried 1 over. That's why there's a 6 there. And we have to add how many more, Charlie? 2 more. That's right. So we'll add 1, which takes us to that 7. Add another 1. We got the carryover. We're done. We'll record a 0 there. All right. Now, we're in our 8 to the fourth power place value, right? We were given 4, we carried 1 over, that's why we have 5, and we have to add how many more? 1. That's right, so now we have 6 of them, we'll record that there. So we have 6 of these 8 to the fourth powers, right? 0 of those 8 to the thirds, 2 of those 8 squareds, 0 of those 8 to the first powers, and 7 of those 8 to the 0 powers. And there's our digits, 6, 0, 2, 0, 7. Very nice, and if you multiply and add, you'll end up with this number, 24,711. Oh, what fun. Let's do another one. All right, Charlie, here we go. Don't get scared. Notice we have 4 digits, which means we're dealing with numbers in base 4. All right, Charlie, let's list our place values with the bases. And then we'll put our numbers. And now let's enter our base 4 number. Here we go, Charlie. We'll put a 1 in our 4 to the 0 power place value. We'll put a 2 in our 4 to the first power place value. We'll put a 0 in our 4 to the second power place value, a 0 in our 4 to the third power place value, and a 1 in our 4 to the fourth power place value right there. Now, to that number, we're going to add 33223 base 4. Don't get scared. All right, Charlie, be careful. Now, here we go. We're in our 4 to the 0 place values, right? Okay. Notice we have a 1 there, and we have to add how many more? 3 more. That's right. So we'll first add 2, and adding 1 more causes the carryover, and there we're done. And so we record the 0 in our 4 to the 0 place value. All right. Now we're in our 4 to the first power place value, right? We were given 2, we carried 1 over, that's why we have 3, and we have to add how many more, Charlie? 2. Okay, so right away, when we add 1, we have a carryover, and we still got to add 1 more, which gives us a 1, and so we'll record a 1 there in our 4 to the first power place value. Now, we're in our 4 to the squared place value, right? Okay, Charlie, so we had 0, we carried 1 over, that's why we have 1, and we have to add how many more? 2. Okay, easy enough, just add 2. That gives you a 3. No carryover, we'll record that 3 there. All right, let's keep going, Charlie. We're in our 4 to the 3rd power place value. Notice we were given 0, we have to add how many more? 3. Very nice. No carryover, just add 3 and record the 3 there. All right, Charlie, now we're in our 4 to the 4th power place value, right? We were given 1 and we have to add how many more? 3. That's right. So we'll first add 2 and we add 1 more, causes a carryover, and that gives us a 0 for our 4 to the 4th place value. And notice we carried 1 over to the 4 to the 5th power, so we have to record that. And there's our result, 103310, right? Okay, Charlie, so notice we have 1 of these 4 to the 5th powers. We have 0 of these 4 to the 4th powers. 3 of these 4 to the 3rd powers. 3 of those 4 to the 2nd powers. 1 of those 4 to the 1st powers. And 0 of those 4 to the 0 powers. There we go. And now there's our digits, 103310. If we multiply and add, we should end up with 1,268 base 10. Whew. Okay, we got one more to do, Charlie. Here we go. It's going to be a base 2. Notice we have 2 digits. Now, base 2 addition with carryover is tricky, so we're going to try and go slow and try to explain it as we go through it. So we can do this. All right, Charlie, here we go. Let's list our place value with the bases. Now with the numbers. Okay, let's enter our base 2 number, our binary number. We'll put a 1 in the 2 to the 0 power place value. We'll put a 1 in the 2 to the 1st power place value. We'll put a 0 in our 2 to the 2nd power place value. We'll put a 1 in our 2 to the 3rd power place value, and a 1 in our 2 to the 4th power place value right there. All right, Charlie. Now, to that number, we're going to add 11001 base 2. Don't get scared. All right, Charlie, here we go. Now, notice, we're in our 1's place value, our 2 to the 0 place values. We have a 1, and we have to add how many more? 1 more. A 1. And what's 1 plus 1? 2. 2. So obviously, you got to carry over that 2 to its corresponding place value, which is the 2 to the 1st power place value, right? And so here we go. Now, watch. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we're going to add the 1. We bring it down to a 0. And notice, up there, we carried that 1 up there, right? We put the 1 in the 2 place value. All right, now, we're working our 2 to the 1st power place value. We were given 1, but we carried over 1, right? So now, when we add the 1 that was carried over, we're going to get another carryover, right? Okay, so here we go. 0, notice we carry 1 over to the 2 to the 2nd power place value, right? All right, now, we're working our 2 to the 2nd power place value, right? Now, we were given 0, but we have a 1 recorded because we carried 1 over, right? And 1 plus 0 gives you how much, Charlie? 1. 1. Okay, so we record that, no carryover. Whew. All right. Now, we're in our 2 to the 3rd power place value, right, Charlie? We were given 1, and we have to add how many more? 1 more. 1, right? Well, remember, these are the 8 place values. And if you have 1 8 and you add another 8, that's how much? 16. That's right. So the 16 has to be carried over to its place value, right? So here we go. A 1 and a 1, okay? Notice we carried the 1 over, we'll record the 0. That's right, because we carried over a 16. All right, so now we're in our 2 to the 4th place value, right? We were given 1. Now, watch up there. We were given 1, right? But we carried 1 over. So watch what happens, Charlie. We add that, 1 plus 1, there it is, right? It was adding 16 plus 16 is 32, so obviously we carried the 32 over, right? But we're not done with this 16 place value, right? Because we added 2 of them, but notice we still have to add 1 more, right? And so in our 16th place value, our 2 to the 4th power place value, we have to record that 1, and there it is. So now we'll record that 1, and remember, we carried over a 32, right? And so we have to record that. And there's our answer, 110100. And so there we have it. 1 of those, 0 of those, 1 of those, 0 of those, 0 of those. And if you multiply and add all those up together, you should end up with 52 base 10. Whew. Oh, what fun. We'll see you again soon.